fashion lovers, thank you for tuning in to the 4 p.m. talk with Jakarta Fashion Week and Dewi Magazine. We talked about how brands are coping in the pandemic. And now we talked about the retail industry. I, Svidali Shabana, will once again take you through a beneficial conversation with the experts in today's theme, Reinvention of the Retail Therapy. Hi, Pandu.
Hi, Busvida.
Second time we
Yes.
talk about fashion industry, and glad to talk to you. You have so much information, and you're so generous in sharing your information.
Sure. Sharing is caring.
Exactly. Well, I must say, when we're talking about being extensive, Ria Miranda is one of the pioneer with the most extended marketing strategy, product differentiations. So how do you cope in this pandemic?
Well, before that, I have to say thank you to the Indonesian Fashion Forward program that is initiated by you, that makes this business grow so fast. Ever since I joining the fourth generation of the IFF, so there's a lot of knowledge that I implemented to my business. Therefore, the business is going quite fast for the last 10 years. During this pandemic, is a lot of things changes. Plants are not working. Speaking about manufacturing, there are two collections were delayed. One of is exclusive collection for Galeries Lafayette, and it's totally canceled. I cannot sell anything to Galeries Lafayette, so it's a major loss. And also I have to manage my team. The internal communication is also crucial things that my team is have to know that we are in the same boat, that we are facing a storm. And surprisingly, lots of ideas it's comes from my team. Like now during this pandemic, most of my teams are becoming sales team, so they can also sell our products to their network. So yeah, it works to giving a revenue to this company. So, and a lot of social media activation, online channel is really growth fast. So it's just a matter of how we change the way we do in this business is have to be changed, and it's very fast because of this pandemic. So that's what happened.
Wow, yes, a lot of change, and it's amazing how when the communication fluid, so is the reaction of the employees, because I mean everyone is in the same storm, is how we handle it. Yeah. And in the meantime, how do you handle what's so called as the dead stock? You mentioned Galerie Lafayette.
Exactly.
Well, especially now with the more and more messages that we cannot destroy the dead stock. I don't think that is the case of Indonesia. There is plenty of layer that we can market our products, or also basically the risk of devaluing your own inventory. So what do you do?
Okay, speaking about that stock, it is very true that this pandemic starts in March, which is where we want to rocket our collections, because it's Ramadan, right? So my Ramadan collection was triple compared to a regular month. And then this pandemic happens. Yeah, the sell-through is not really work very well compared to last year's. So there's a lot of dead stock in my warehouse now, and I'm thinking about how to flush it out. But discount is the last strategy option that I was thinking. So right now we are looking for another new channel like e-commerce, online, or maybe I can open like sales representatives in small cities in Indonesia. that still needs to have our brand, our products in their cities, but they don't have the distribution. So I think it's about time not only focusing in the big city, but also spreading into the small city that is also have the potential.
Ah, yeah, that actually leads to the next question, is that your amazing chain of franchisees all around Indonesia.
Yeah.
Well, so I guess now you just shared some secret that you're even expanding these franchisees to even smaller towns.
Yeah.
But there is also challenges, i.e. logistic, shipment. I mean, I'm right now in Bali. I need a, yesterday was the cremation of Milo, the legendary designer from Bali.
Yeah.
So I asked my house to send me the Milo wardrobe to send to Bali. No one even can guarantee for 5-day shipment. So it must be challenging for shipping all kind of products coming from Jakarta to Indonesia, let alone the big cities. I mean, I can't imagine for the smaller town. So
Yeah.
how do you face this with having the franchisees chain, and then having even the maybe sub-franchisee into the smaller town, and also the supply, which sounds like you have plenty, and also the logistics?
Yes, that's true. Starting this year, our warehouse is no longer can absorb the number of the quantity that we produce. So this year we started to, cope with a third party that is specific for 3PL logistic. And then they also have, besides they have the the warehouse, they also have the distribution for logistics. So it's a one-stop company that can help us through the warehouse management system and also the logistic. So the challenge is about the delay, the time frame for delivering, which needs longer time to distribute to the our chains. But so far, there's no significant problem. It has a problem when the lockdown moment that the logistics is also hit. But to date, we have no current issue rather than the delay of shipping. So we need longer time to ship to our store.
Yeah. I guess you have put in the timing. You were also, I think you were also mentioning in our past conversation, this recently conversation, maybe like a month ago, about going directly to the consumers and the challenges of going directly to the consumers.
Yeah. You mean like? Sorry, I don't get.
You mentioned that you're also now going directly to the consumers and through online, more intensified. But then what you realize that the customer service scale needs to be enlarged too, because the attention demanded from going directly to the customer, going on directly to the consumer is different than going to like your franchisee, where you know they have set up your expectation and work with the processing itself. But consumer is consumer. They feel like they want it now and ship to Bali 5 days. I don't know, shipping to Pekanbaru maybe longer.
Yeah. What happened is that's true, because we divided our market into two groups, which is wholesale, which is we also sell it to e-commerce and also our partners, and also retail. Retail is for the online, because we also have our own flagship store in South Jakarta. But ever since it's a lockdown and we cannot open the store, so online is one of the key stores or key distribution channel that we can push sales through. But the thing is, our team in the online is not that not ready yet, because we used to be having the experience of selling through online, through offline, through brick and mortars. yeah, that's the problem. And also our market is not ready yet, not enough knowledge about how to transaction through online. So we really need to uh, more educate the customers with a short period of time. And then yeah, there's a lot of complaints asking about how long will they get the products that I buy from our website. But ever since long short story, now we expanding our online team, especially for the customer service, that can like giving education about how to shop through our online channel, and it's
Oh,
going better.
so that is catching up in a matter of months.
Yeah, yeah, we
That's
have to catch up in a very short time. Exactly.
yeah. Okay. All in all, well, it's this pandemic actually may come as blessing, as you said, your team really speeding up in the online services and direct to customer is expanding. So the fashion industry has been in bad shape, and probably this break will take a long time. But
Yeah.
seems that your business is resilient in this case because you have a strong base
All right.
of the
The community, yeah.
Ria Miranda. So if you talk about this fashion retail, online or offline, what kind of reformation is that you see in the coming future, or that what kind of reformation that you have been writing, you have been design or defining the new game to you, and that would be also your future game. So you already start envisioning, you're changing now, like you mentioned, your online services, but then what else? What do you see this in the medium term and in the long term of the changes of this pandemic?
Yeah, that's a very good question coming from you. That our business is not only selling products, not only selling clothes, but we're selling relationship. We're selling how we communicate our products, which is has the a value. Um, that I still believe that offline, like experience is still strong. It's still in the blood of Indonesian market, that they need to physically touch and physically meet or be in the store. So brick and mortars, I think it's still a desired shopping experience that Indonesian consumer expect. But then coming forward to future, talking about future, I think it's gonna be hybrid. If we look into London market, that they have malls, they have Selfridges. I saw a spot in the Selfridges first floor that there's a pickup points if you buy online. So
Mm-hmm.
online and offline could be merged together, but the experience should be like have different angle. And I think that I can utilize that as the future of where we want to like playing for selling our products is through the what I call it like hybrid kind of model in the future. I think it's gonna be cool, and we really need to do that, because like Zoom conference like this is becoming normal things, that we can do a meeting with a very efficient and effective way. We don't really need to physically in the meeting. But I think Indonesian nurture is like silaturahmi, and meeting in a person is also something that has the value. So yeah, I don't know, I still figure out how to, but I think that's the future that we want to catch.
Yes, that is wow. That you're really brilliant. That online and offline is not a matter of black and white anymore.
Yes.
What I see it from you, you understand really well that experience, the touch, the feel that would give the value onto what is the brand of Ria Miranda, and hence you need to create the hybrid of it, and or as we call the gray of it. It's not black, it's not white, it's in the gray one can start ordering online and then pick up at the store after touching, or vice versa. Could not find the size and then ordering online. Yes, that happened to me at J. Crew a lot, but unfortunately, J. Crew now the status is another story.
Yes.
And that is, yes, that is, and you have the benefit of your presence all around Indonesia. That is amazing. I'm also seeing actually some Indonesian labels are expanding. It's still, it's what is in fashion now. Is like, I think you mentioned somewhere, it's more of the product that stick to the new lifestyle, meaning it's the health, it's the wellness. So the product expansion of some labels, they are expanding into sanitation, into soap, onto home products, cooking pans, and that is sticking with the relevant, and that is what maybe what can take the designers or the labels to survive.
Yeah, I mean, the number of people that have remodeled their homes during this time, or given parts of their home facelifts, you know, as we say. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing, people have had time. So if they love a brand or they love a designer, if that designer gave them an opportunity, I don't know, to have a throw to redecorate a bedroom or a lounge, you know. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's an interesting time, I think, especially brands that have a strong identity like Ria Miranda. They can really, you know, give new options. So it gives them, once again, an opportunity to also diversify product categories.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And I know you also expanding you said Ria Miranda is about brand of a very beautiful experience. Yeah. So how do you, I think you have expanding beyond fashion, right? So what are the merchandises that you have expanding beyond fashion?
Speaking about that, we changed our mission of the company when we step into 1 decade of the brand. That we are changing, that we are not only a producer of a modest fashion brand, but we are creating a product lifestyle that is inspired goodness. That means all kind of product lifestyle that really needs that have the value to inspires goodness, that we're on it. Development of our product is not only modest fashion, but still the modest fashion is still the core business. But like we have Ria Miranda Living now. We already published the bed sheets and the bedroom series. We also tapping into Cafe Miranda, that we call the name is Cafe Miranda, because I think coffee is one of the culture, one of the lifestyle that becoming a common things that our market did. And now we expanding to Ria Miranda Active. That is surprisingly a lot of demand on it. Ever since this pandemic, a lot of people realize that healthy is a luxury. Yeah, and then one thing that we are developing.
Athleisure?
No, it's Ria Miranda Active.
What is that?
It's a sportswear, but it's not like Nike or that is really specific with the technology. But we mix into fashion and the sportswear.
See, okay, that's perfect for working from home.
Exactly. Oh, speaking about working from home, we also develop what we call it market-based brand, market-based product. A lot of demand for, you know, like hijab instant that all of the customer needs because they're still stay at home. And then what we did is we use our unused fabric, which is still good. The problem is we used to buy lots of fabric that is not used. You know, I mean, like we use the we do the sustainability process in our company, that the unused fabric becoming some product that is needed by the market at now. Like the hijab instant is one of a good selling point that and becoming a trend now.
Okay. What is so? I know, I know one staff member from us who's wearing hijab,
Yeah.
and she just. I'm sorry, I would not turn my screen on because I'm not putting my hijab on.
Exactly.
So is that the idea? So
Yeah.
there is the instant
Yes.
put on for the head. Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Okay. So this is so now we go to the questions coming from the audience.
All right.
Fashion with a message is huge. It is a trend among the content conscious society, whether it is for the charity or sustainability or feel good or do good. Products that with a cause tend to perform better lately, at least in terms of the hypeness. But how does that actually affect on your branding strategy? And of course, branding with a cause, does it also delivering improvement on your sales?
I have to say that this is one of the experience that we faced in the month of March this year, that start this pandemic in March in Indonesia. We are planning to launch our signature collection, which is start from 1 million rupiah above until 4 or 5 million. The things is we are not have the heart to sell it in this pandemic. But what we did is we create a program that is, when you buy this product of our signature collection, that means you also support a surgical gown to the medical team, and that instantly boosts the sales. They said, like, I actually don't need the outfit right now because it's also expensive and I cannot use it at this pandemic moment. But then again, they said, like, I think it's gonna be an investment after this end. And the things is, I also can do things good that I can also help by buying this product. Is also supporting the surgical gown that we produce to the medical team. So that things, I think, really touch with your question, that social things is also can also merge or mix with a sales strategy. But it's not only a strategy, but it's how we respond to the relevancy of this condition. That is our what we did.
It's an emotional bonding between you and your client, and to give them feel good too. I feel good to your team too, that at least you are becoming part of the stakeholders of recovering. Well, okay, another question. This is a discount, which you also have touched, but let's just try. Discount strategy by department stores are harming the designers and the labels. The system are made as such that it trains the consumers to wait, so they don't have to pay full price. Even when designers labels are selling online, they are also forced to keep up with this kind of marketing strategy. The Black Friday, the Great Monday. So is this happening to you too, that sometimes this kind of campaign would drive your business, but actually also harming your business? And what kind of change that you would expect from it?
Well, that's true, Bu Spida, that discount is also harming our branding. But again, we need cash flow. We need cash in to process our operational costs and so on. But I think that we can do what we call it, like a flash sale through online. because we need to educate our market that online channel is also sexy, is also something that you can experience to buy our products. And the nature of the consumer behavior that buying our products through online is they're looking for discount. The more, the cheaper is, the easier that they decide to buy the products. So speaking about discount, I'm not going to sell it at discount, but it's a thematic or specific time for a flash sale through our online, and it boosts the traffic and the transaction through our online system. The rest is for our leftover stock. Is, I think we still keep it until like maybe in the mid-year or next end year we can do such a clearance sale, because it's a year-end sale. That things they will like desire to wait until the end of the year to get our products with a discounted price. Discount is the last strategy that we ever think that we are going to take to flash out our product. We still can do for a promotion, for an endorsement, or just to support people or ladies who already wear the hijab for their experience. So I think discount is not the best solution that we can do to flash out. Yeah, we still need
Are
to.
you also, yeah, do you also sell at the large e-commerce, the e-commerce site, and then they are the one that have all those
Yes.
thematic discount?
Yeah. We're team up with one of the very women's e-commerce in Indonesia, and then we do some of a program with them. Then they can also help us to boost our branding through their network.
I see. So in this case, will there be like change that is in the pricing from the start? You mentioned pricing is going up, but then in reality, in this current situation, actually the consumer buying power is going down. And where to find the balance that the price positioning and the discount war?
Okay, so yeah, this is a very interesting one. So discount strategy by department stores in particular that have impacts to designers in particular are within that space or brands. So I remember just my experiences of working in China and really going into retail landscape in China with a particular brand. We were always forced whenever we were in a particular shopping mall that when they went on promotion, like Chinese New Year or the Moon Festival, that we also had to go on promotion. And when you're at the premium or luxury end of the market, you don't necessarily wish to go on promotion. So then it becomes a choice. Do you need to be within that physical space or not? And if you are, it's going to come at a price. So because at the time it was a relatively new brand, we had to bow to the requirements of the shopping mall or particular retailers. But what I will say to that is the consumer over the last 5 years has been conditioned now that they wait for markdowns, they wait for Black Fridays, they see everything when it's launched and then they wait. And it's an interesting thing, and that's where I think the seasonality idea might be broken now, which is the consumer now, they want to see now, wear now. It's not see now, buy now and use potentially in a couple of weeks time and have it for the season. It's see now, wear now. All right, so now, for me, that is the greatest challenge. So where a whole generation of consumers are conditioned to this markdown, waiting for sales phenomena, I just don't believe that will be the same anymore because it won't work. So once again, I think there'll be smaller collections, the quantities will be less, and potentially we'll see prices go up. Now you talked about, or you mentioned that, yes, prices are going up, but actually disposable income and spending power is going down. The truth of the matter there is that maybe instead of people buying 3 to 5 fast fashion products, they might buy 3 or 2. So I think the quantities that are being consumed may also start to become narrower.
Yeah.
So that's how I think that will be offset. I think also once we see the full breakdown in seasonality, the discounting strategies will be reevaluated, where there really ends up being, you know, these potentially 12 to 24 mini collections per year for physical retail space. Also, the good thing is if anyone's operating on multi-channel where they have online and offline, they actually have an advantage. So there are a number of trolls now, and depending on what subscriptions or services that fashion businesses sign up to, they can check which brands, which products are being discounted, which ones are going up, which ones are going down. They can monitor all the time, so they can also continuously adjust. So that's the other thing with online consumption of fashion, we can make changes very reactive. So there's already clever artificial intelligence and algorithms. So if somebody goes to particular websites and they're new to a site, it decides based on your cookies, does it offer you the promotion or not? Also, if you go to other sites where you're signed in, it checks what have you bought before, what's your spending power, what's your spending average, does it need to offer you the promotion, yes or no? So the online has already arrived to it, this more reactive promotional way, and who are promotions most relevant to. So the physical space, I think definitely, let's be honest, in Indonesia and China, a lot of people, their whole fashion consumption is reliant on the discounting model. So a number of brands is that particular stock or product will be strategically presented and positioned for Black Fridays or whatever we want to call them.
Okay, in other words, like the real label with the identity of the label itself is always priced high. And then when it comes for the deal chaser, they create new products, and that is specifically for that. For the deal chaser.
Yeah. I mean, that's all, you know, Sweet, I have to be honest, all the brands and business I've worked for internationally, that's always been the case. The only difference is now it's intensified.
It is intensified. Yeah, that's the situation. I think we'll make great editing conversation with you.
Thank you very much. I hope you're also success during and stay healthy.
Great. Thanks, Rita. Great to see you.
Thank you, Sanjeev and Pandu, for sharing your insights to us. If you want to know more insights from Sanjeev, please visit www.londonfashionconsultancy.com. And of course, a sneak peek to Ria Miranda through riamiranda.com. And if you want to know more about Jakarta Fashion Week and Dewi Magazine, you can always visit us on our website, social media, and apps. Stay safe. See you on our next 4 p.m. talk.